Some good soup.
So while that is boiling, we're going to we have a little bit of onions in here. We add some more, a little bit of this is actually going to go inside the stew. We take our fish water and pour it in.
Just water only.
Our pepper, rinse it again. And now some okra. I like to blend my okra. Some people put their okra in, which is fine. Do what you want to do. I like to blend it in with the pepper and the onions and the fish water. But And another thing is I'm allergic to shrimp, but stop. I'm allergic to shrimp. But if I'm making it for somebody else, I like to use the dry shrimp. I like to soak that also, blend that in along with this, along with your fish water and the okra and the pepper, and it really, really gives it a great flavor. But since I'm allergic and I am going to be eating some of this, can't really, put it in it. But that's another thing that you guys can actually do if you're not allergic to shrimp. Is use the dry shrimp, soak it, use that along with the water, blend it in the dry shrimp along with the okra. Blend it really nice. Yeah, there we have that. Now it's time for us to add the onions. The eggplant has cooked. Crush your onions before you put them in. After you have, you cut them, make your hand and crush them first. And now you put it in. Okay. Let's mix. See, the onion is going to give the palm oil a stew kind of flavor. Versus you blending in a whole bunch of onions and putting it in. I mean, that's all good when you're making okra soup and tola, but when you're making like okra stew, crinkling, potato leaves, spinach, I would advise you to do it this way. It makes the stew or whatever, the sauce, whatever, comes out way better than, normal, than it would normally will, than it would if you were to blend the onions. So we're going to wait for that. So you see, right now it smells so good, right, Tango?
Yeah.
Because we're adding in the stewed onion. A lot of people that eat flautas, okra stew, they ask me why does it taste different. I have to give credit where credit is due. I would have to really give credit to Jeneba for actually giving me some tips. Because I made it before, it tasted good, but it wasn't as good as Jennifer's, and I was like, well, what do you do different than, what do you do different? That your stew tastes a little different, and she was, stewing in. It's actually stewing in. I mean, I didn't do that all the time. I always was blending it in. But like I said, I'm not making this video to say that I'm the best cook in the world. One thing about cooking is you're going to find a lot of people that knows how to cook. And maybe somebody might watch this video and give me a tip that I can use and enhance the flavor of my stew a little bit better. Or maybe you can find something in here that you were doing differently, that you wasn't doing before, and now you can do it actually. So actually, when you're doing this right now, it smells so good. You just want to eat it. You don't even want to put nothing in. You just want to eat it. It smells so good because of the onions, and it's giving it that flavor and the eggplant. And say, well, focus and go into the soup. And do you see how it looks? Juicy, and then not so much juicy, but it's actually, the onions is actually frying in, And you want to taste your pepper, make sure your stew. Now, after this is done, the Maggi cube has already been in there. You can take a little bit more seasoning, whatever seasoning you want to use. I can't tell you what to use, but this is what I use, and this actually come out. I put a little bit. Try to add seasoning slowly. You don't want to always just dump seasoning in your soup, because that's how you end up getting a salty soup, and it'll be too late to fix it. Versus you put a little bit, you taste, okay, this is missing. And I know a lot of people know how to do that already. I'm just saying it for those that don't. Like I said before, I'm not claiming to be the best cook. I learned from others, and that's why I can cook. The only thing is we have this African cuisine that's on Facebook, and if you want to join, feel free to join people. It's really great. We talk a lot about cooking, but one thing about talking is people really, you can't really, if you don't have the concept of cooking anything, it's going to be very hard for you. So at least if you have a video tutorial showing you how to cook, I think it's much easier that way. I mean, even though it's not a full 100% easy, it's much easier that way. Yum, 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 yum. Tastes good. A little bit more salt. I always like to dash my salt in there. Don't do this sometimes. Put it in your hand. I've had an occasion where I actually made a mistake and dumped the whole thing in there. And then, trust me, I had to start all over. But I've mastered pouring salt into the stew. Now, it's stewish. So now we want to add the okra in there slowly. Because you want to make sure you have enough. You don't want to put too much okra. The one thing about okra is you can save it and cook it and put it in the freezer and cook it another day for okra soup or something. Like, you know, okra soup or fufu. I don't mind, you know. I said in the beginning that I like fresh okra only for okra stew. It's just like, and I have used, I've used frozen okra for okra stew, but it's that's when I'm really rushing. I mean, it doesn't come out the same though, to be honest. It doesn't really come out the same. See? Right now, look at this. You don't have enough oil. Oh. Right now, it looks as if, she don't have enough time in there. One thing about okra, once it's cooked in, it's gone, the oil will show up. I'll just add a little bit more. You know, I'm not cooking a big pot. I'm not making no awu jaw. It's just for me and my friends. So, no awu jaw, not like people would say. And people, awu jaw in my country means like a big food. Like as if you're making, I don't know, feeding 100 people. You're making enough food to feed 100 people. So once you mix the okra all inside of it, I'm going to add our Okra, fish water, and pepper. Pour it all over. We're going to pour it all over. Now it's time to add the dry fish. Make sure your dry fish is in small pieces before you put them in there. I love kuta, but to each his own. Everybody has, their preference when it comes to dry fish. I just like kuta for some reason. It tastes really better. And I don't have to do with all the bones. I'm very lazy. I don't want to have time trying to pick out the bones out of the fish. And kuta doesn't have that much bone in it at all. Like basically, and I usually use the tail because it really doesn't have much bone. The middle part, whatever part. Kuta is fantastic. It doesn't have bones. And even after you soak it, it still tastes. And one thing about kuta, even though you soak it, you might think, oh, she got all the flavor out. No, that flavor is in. Especially, my mother just bought this from Sierra Leone fresh. Oh. I can soak it all day and still. So, I am going to end it here. We already mixed all our ingredients. So what you want to do is just keep your stove either on medium. If you have a gas range, lower it. If you have a electric stove, you want to put it on medium. And every now and then stir. And I will show you the end result. But this is how it would look for the moment. But like I told you, once it starts steaming down and the okra starts cooking, you'll see the oil pop up and you'll notice it. So, and to those who want to make awu jaw and platage for their family, feel free. You got more work to do. Thumbs up. It's only 4 of us. Thank God. Okay, we'll be back to show you the end result of okra stew.
Not good.
How'd I do? You ready?
Yes.
And people, this is the end result. And you just want to make sure that the okra really finished cooking. There's no more water left. And all you see is the palm oil, but the okra's underneath. And And that's it. And I hope this has been helpful. Stay tuned for the Tola tutorial. That'll be coming soon, probably the next week or so. The reason why I'm not going to do a tutorial on like cran and leaf is because I cook it the same way I just made the okra stew. So, but I'll do the Tola in 2 weeks. Feel free to leave your comments, any suggestions or any tips or whatever. Please leave only positive comments. I don't want people leaving any negative comments. If you're about negativity, please leave. As you can see, my daughter's hungry. It's time for me to feed her. Bye.